What's going on, everybody? Here to do your review for Real Housewives of Potomac Season 5. I believe this is episode 14. It'll be correct in the title. And it's Hats Off, Shades On. So we start with Candace doing vocal warm-ups for her music is her form of release, therapy, and whatnot. And I think for a lot of people, it is. I found it to be weird, and I hope that they recorded her vocal warm-up out of sequence because she started at a higher octave, like in her head notes and whatnot, which typically when you actually do the warm-ups, you actually start on the lower end and then work your way up. But again, I don't know. I'm just saying, don't ask me how I know. I just know nothing there. So Robin is with Giselle, and they pretty much plan on ambushing Karen with the information that was given to them by the information that was given to Giselle by Wendy. And that was her helping out with Ray's tax debt and her wanting her money back. And we saw in a clip that Wendy had asked Giselle, like, are you going to say anything to Karen? And she says no. Well, again, we know her to be a liar, obviously. Robin says that she wants the girls to model for her headline. So, okay, some free labor. So you're not paying your taxes and you don't want to pay the women. But okay, cool, whatever, do you. Karen sits down and she goes ahead and she inquires about what she saw on the blogs about Robin, rather than just saying, hey, this is this. She inquired, which I appreciated, like, this is what I read, is it true? And Robin starts off by saying, well, I can't say much about it. And Karen's like, oh, really? Because it echoes what she was saying. And see, this is one of those things where a lot of people tend to have this whole, how can I say, I guess Tamar Braxton is probably the best person that I can use for this. Is if y'all watch the Braxton Family Values, she did a lot of shit to her sisters. And when it finally started happening to her, she was like, well, I didn't know until I went through it. And it's like, but you can still have sympathy and empathy. And even if you don't know how something feels, ask yourself, the way that I'm about to bring this situation out, or Carrie's born or whatever, would I appreciate it if somebody came to me with this exact same thing? And the beautiful thing, and obviously that's how people should be thinking, and you can see that Robin is visibly upset. I respect Karen oh so much, because I can't even say that I would have been this cool about it. Because honestly, I would have just waited until she said something incorrect and I would have thrown that in her face. Again, that's just me. I'm that type of person. But she says, I'm going, like I said, I'm going to celebrate you. Like, I'm here for you. I'm not going to sit here and, swim in what is going wrong with you. I would like to think that from this point on, Robin will have a little bit more compassion when it comes to Karen and not just doing what, Giselle tells her to do. So Giselle brings up her talk with Wendy, and Karen is kind of trying to figure out what it is, and Robin was able to provide the context. But I do find it to be weird that I think Robin has a little bit of sense, because Robin did not bring that bone to Giselle. It was Wendy. Interesting. And she pretty much just said, like, well, I soldiered up, for my dude. It is what it is. And even when she said she wanted her money back, it was said in a very joking way. Do I believe that she wants her money back? Yes, I do. But again, things being taken out of context. And of course, for Wendy, why would you bring that bone to Giselle? But again, she knew what the hell she was doing. She knew. But anyway, we get Wendy, and she's with her kids, and she is so upset about being called ignorant. My thing is, if you know you're not ignorant, then on some real shit, what is the problem? Because it seems like either A, you know that you were being ignorant in that moment, or you're not ignorant. But again, why make a mountain out of a molehill? What you want is a moment. That's it. And she's been wanting a moment with Karen for this entire time. You can't say that she hasn't. But she goes on to say, comparing how she was brought up and how she's going to bring her children up to where she's not going to force the ideals of what she was taught onto them and are going to celebrate them the way they are. I will like to think that that is true. I don't think that it is, but I mean, look, that's her life. Those her kids. Ashley is in counseling. She says that she doesn't feel sexy and she feels like a utility when it comes to Dean in terms of, providing the needs for the baby. I do feel that a lot of this was genuine. At the same time, I do feel like y'all not gonna sit here and tell me that Ashley is not doing what Candace is trying to do. She documented everything on this dang on show. Tell me I'm lying. But she says that she hasn't felt like herself, and her counselor therapist is trying to get her to figure out, well, what are the things that made you happy before, and can you get back to that? And this is where the cast trip comes into play. So now Candace is with she's meeting with the person that was mixing her song, listening to the remix. The producer wants her to sign with his label, and she says to them that when she was younger, she was in a girl group. They were about to sign this deal. She took the contract to her mother. Her mother took it to a entertainment lawyer and pretty much told her it was a bad deal, and that was it. It sounds like there's some resentment there, but as much as I can't stand Candace mama, that right there is a good thing, though she made it to be a bad thing. Like your mother, because clearly that's what should happen. You get a contract, you let somebody look it over. If it's pressure, like, well, you need to sign it right now, you need to sign it right now, there's something wrong. If it's so imperative that you can't have somebody look at it. And it's a good thing that they have, the ability, the substance, the money to pay someone that's in the entertainment industry to look it over, because chances are it probably was a 360 deal, if not worse. So it is what it is. Again, I ain't got Candace to do. Monique is with her family. She seems a little snippy, getting the kids ready to go off to school. She seems a little bit snippy, irritated, agitated, all that good jazz. A little bit of snippiness between her and Chris. One thing that I'll say is, I get it, I got it. Things are stressful, and I understand her wanting to have this badge of honor, this persona as Superwoman. But here is the reality. It's one of those where if you choose a certain lifestyle, you have to eat that thing, baby. You do. Like, it's like you picked it, you live it. It may suck, but that's the cards you've been dealt. If you have the ability to adjust, you do it. If you choose not to, that's your boat to row. Okay. Granted, have I been a parent? No. Have I sat here and raised some of my relatives' children? Yes, I have. Hell, I done fucking tutor, mentor, burp fed, changed, all that good jazz. So, but what I'm saying is, like, again, only thing I can lean on in my 11 years of military experience. That is a life that I chose. Many days I didn't like it. In the very beginning, hell yeah, I complained and everything else, and I got to a point where it's like, well, I can't change nothing. So it just is what it is, and at the end of the day, it's a life that I chose. So, and if I don't like it, hell, I re-enlisted twice. So if I didn't like it, I shouldn't have re-enlisted. But you get what I'm saying, though. Like, if you have the means to change it. If not, you whine for no reason. But she says she's ready to do whatever she has to do in relation to her issue with Candace. So we're at Giselle's house. Ashley arrives, and she brings Baby D in the house with her. And Baby Dean is sitting on the couch. Giselle's trying to interact with Baby Dean. Baby Dean don't want nothing to do with her. Look, y'all. Kids are pure. They know bad energy. They know spirits. They know demons. Okay. As she brings up the girls trip, Giselle is saying a hard no to Monique coming. Now, Monique had already revealed that she told them, and I even think she even said it on the show, if y'all have anything as a collective, you don't have to invite me. So it really wasn't a big thing anyway. But one thing that I want them to keep this same energy with everyone, because I'm going to talk about Wendy at the very end of this, but also when we have Candace sitting here going off later on this season, let's keep this same energy when it comes to everybody. I want them to hold everybody to this dang go effed up standard. I truly, truly mean it. because it is getting very exhausting, and you can tell that all this is truly them trying to ice out Monique. Now, again, we're not going to pretend like Monique wasn't trying to ice out Candace, because that is an actual factual, but it is what it is. So we Robin's hat photo shoot. There is a model. For a minute, I thought that was Katie Ross. The girls even thought that was Katie. And one of the girls like, has anyone ever told you resemble Katie Ross? She was like, who is that? When that happened, I kid you not, I thought of my friend Alexander Rogers. Who's that? The shade of it all. Funny as fuck. So we have Robin, Giselle, and Wendy. They're like the first group there. The Gremlins put 20 on 10 in terms of what Karen was saying when those two, the green-eyed Gremlins decided to ambush her, but they put so much extra on it. And Wendy feels away. And here is the reality. Whenever somebody comes at you with something that someone else said, I mean, look, everybody gonna deal with something different. But here's a simple way, and this is for anybody watching. Somebody come to you with something, especially, and she had the women in the room too. It's very simple. Okay, I was told by these two women right here that when we met up, whatever, you said this and this and this, and then you mimicked me. Can you please let me know what it was that you said so I can get it from your account, rather than attacking based off of what someone else said? And it is so crazy. This whole entire season, Giselle has been doing her best to get Wendy and Karen to beef, and I think it finally has happened, finally has surfaced. And she even says that she wants to confront Karen. And my thing is, but why at this photo shoot? For you to be so educated, for you to be so intelligent, yes, you are acting very ignorant. Because why use someone's event to bring up an issue? And here's the other thing. This lets me know that from my standpoint, you're weak. I cannot stand people that need an audience to either grandstand, or because you feel insecure and because you cannot handle a situation by yourself, you need an audience. Because we saw that with Candace last episode. We're seeing this right now with Wendy. But the way the tables turned on her was so hilarious. But anyway, so Ashley reveals a trip to Portugal. Wendy confronts Karen, and Wendy says, well, I don't brag on my degrees. And one thing you gotta love about Bravo will roll that beautiful bean footage. And how many times in 14 episodes we heard this woman bring up her degrees? Now here's the thing: if you bring them up, you bring them up. No sweat off your back, because again, it is what it is. Like I said, I did 11 years in the military. I'm a veteran right now. I'll bring it up whenever the hell I goddamn please. Why? Because just like she said, only 2% of, I guess she said, I think she said Americans have a doctorate. Yeah, less than 1% of Americans enlist in the military. So yeah, I think I have something to brag on. The only thing is, it is not in every conversation. And does it define me? Yes, but not to that extent. And Karen, she says that each time that those two, her and Wendy, have some type of kerfuffle, it's always a misinterpretation of what she said, and it's always delivered with a side of funk. Which, no lies, in her confessional, she pretty much says that Giselle will pretty much shine a light on someone else's issues or supposed issues to keep everybody away from hers, which that's what she does. But if you watch a lot of reality television, that happens a lot. People without a storyline will use other people's storylines. But also, people who don't want you in their life, or they're insecure about something, they will point something out in you to take the focus off them and put it on you. Simple deflection. So Wendy is being, now here's the thing, Wendy is being loud and aggressive. And when, I forgot to mention, when Ashley mentioned the trip, because she showed them the flag of Portugal, she gave them a wine bag that is kind of sturdy, so it's a little bit thicker than cardboard stock, but she gave them wine in these box bags. Now you have Wendy using it. I'm gonna use my phone, but she's using it as a prop and doing all this, being very aggressive in her mannerisms and everything. But you are one of the same people that wanted to sit here and come down on Monique. Now they have already called you aggressive and already deemed you this from when y'all went on that lake trip, and now here you are again, you being so intellectual and so educated, not being able to convert. First and foremost, not being able to get her 101 outside the lanes to have this conversation. One, two, not being able to properly communicate your feelings and how you are feeling, but having to get loud, ignorant, and indignant. Okay, all right. So Karen, I swear I love Karen this episode because she pretty much shuts down like, well, this is what I said, and let me show you how I was impersonating you. And she said when you slid, she's like, no, I saw. She was like, well, from my eyes, you slither, and she did the movements. And what was so crazy, and this is how the girls see you, Wendy, because the only person that had your back was the person that brought you into this group, and that is Candace. But it's funny how the other women there, Giselle, Robin, and Ashley, all began to walk just how Karen was walking. They mimicked her mimicking you or making fun of you as they walked on out the door. Your face was cracked. They need to get Miss Wendy off my screen because I'm done with her. And then we end with Candace playing up for the Karens because now she's upset that Monique has countersued again. Look, it's one of those where it's tit for tat. It's what the fuck it is. I'm not mad. I'm not. You get what you get. And the reason I say she's playing up because Chris has said we knew this was coming. We knew this was going to happen. So again, if you know, not saying that you can't feel away when something finally happens that you know that was going to, but again, you're playing this up for the camera and I just can't do. So that's all I got. That's my review. My review. Please let me. I'm just happy to be done with this. Please let me know how you all felt about this. Let's keep the conversation going in the comment section below. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you guys for the next video, which is probably going to be another Pokemon playthrough. I will also be reviewing the Braxtons. I believe it comes out this week. And then we have the Real Housewives of Atlanta coming out December 5th. So that right now is my lineup. Those three, and I'll try to continue to pump out some more Pokemon videos or more gaming videos. So yeah, see you guys on the next video. Peace.